And I feel like transportation in our area, it's getting better. I mean, the Sunrunner, we had Brad Miller on, he explained that. That's a great little piece. We talked about the Cross Bay Ferry, which I think is an amazing addition. We have so much water. Why not use it for transportation, right? So there's all these little things that are happening that are great, but man, is it enough? Is it ever going to be enough? You know, I don't know.
It's not in a growing community like ours.
Yeah.
But each one of those things has important federal investments tied to it. The ferry system got a boost early on from an earmark I did quite early, and I've tried to follow on with significant transportation support for ferries because there's a pot of money in the transportation department that just goes for ferry systems. So, of course, a lot of that happens up in the Northeast. It should happen here as well, but you have to have regular service. That's
it's true.
So you have to have a state and local communities that are doing that consistently. That's why offer transportation was important. The other we were trying to get off the ground is connecting our service members who work at MacDill but live in South Hillsborough County with the ferry. And I'm afraid that with a flip of the county commission and all for transportation going down, they wouldn't ante up some of the capital cost. Meanwhile, thanks to Mosaic, they had a landing spot near Riverview. On transit too, you know, it seems like I've been able to come in and help with extending the trolley a little bit, but to do the larger extension, you need that local matching fund where the feds now will come and provide support. But the streetcar extension was also wrapped up in all for transportation. And then just plain improving our bus system, let alone getting to a place where we can do light rail.
Right.
The CSX tracks exist. CSX Railroad had talked to us early on. The place to start would be that big endpoint downtown Tampa, right next to Water Street, that would connect up through Ybor to Busch Gardens to USF. I think that's a fantastic place to start because you have USF College of Medicine down there in the Channel District, USF, a growing Moffitt. USF wants to do a stadium. That seems to be the first step for light rail north-south, and then figure out how to get going east-west.
275, I would imagine, right? Our interstate highway system downtown to the airport.
Yes, the airport has been, of course, it's the best airport in the world, also supported by significant federal investments along the way, including from the latest infrastructure law, just millions of dollars pouring in to keep Tampa Airport the best in the world. But they've been very smart in the way they've reserved corridors in and out of Tampa Airport for light rail eventually.
It seems like the planning is on the table. Like I know the new Howard Franklin Bridge has at least the infrastructure to support light rail, so it doesn't need to be rebuilt in the future.
Correct.
It sounds like there's plannings in the works, but maybe the exact funding isn't there. The actual locations aren't there yet. It's good to know that there's at least some sort of forward planning.
There's some.
That's nice.
There's some, especially now that, looking back on serving in Congress, transit is definitely still on the to-do list, but one sad episode was when we had high-speed rail that was going to start here in Florida under President Obama, and Vice President Biden came to the University of Tampa and had a big announcement, and the engineers had staked out where along I-4 it would be constructed, and then the last governor vetoed it, and now we're another 10 years behind. But Brightline is planning to come in. It's not going to happen tomorrow, but if Brightline arrives, commuter rail arrives in Ybor City, then what? Then
Right.
how do we plan to connect everyone to get where they need to go?
If you enjoyed this clip, click here for the full episode and make sure to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching.